Namaste. Welcome to Mayaakatha, where stories dance. We have stories everywhere, and each and every individual is a story in itself. And we speak about stories from Tenali Raman days or Akbar and Birbal. We speak about stories about science. We speak about stories on Newton's law. We speak about apples, fruits, and then we speak about some stories like trees, plants, the water, or do we say the elements and nature? And then there is someone who is watching us, from above the sky. And what do we call him? Or I have this question. I think we should definitely have a story about this, a story debate. Why do we call Sun? Oh, did I spill? Yes. We're going to be talking about Mr. Sun, or would you like to address him as Miss Sun? That's something we can always talk in terms of stories later also. So I wouldn't take much of your time. Yes, thanks to the technology, it was just playing hide and seek with us. And again, we have Mr. Natarajan. Yeah, the honorary lecturer with Nehru Planetarium. He has been sharing quite a few facts about comets. We spoke about quite a few things, right, in astrophysics. And here we have again this evening welcoming him to Mayaakatha for the coffees and conversation. Welcome, sir.
Hello, Mira. Good evening to all of you.
Thank you very much for
Good
joining
evening.
in.
Good evening.
It's good evening, sir. It's always a pleasure connecting with you to know about the facts which we used to, wonder how do we know about these things. And the last three connects which you shared about, so many facts about the comets or the which is related to astro physics per
Yeah.
se. That has kind of spurred an interest, ignited that spark in us to know more. Because
Okay.
it's a very important thing, because sometimes we study or we know about things just because it's there in the syllabus. But when it is conveyed in a way which everybody would love to take, you have done it, and yes, people would love to hear. So, viewers, we're going to be talking about the Solar King, Sun, yes, and
Yeah.
we all know what is Sun, but let's hear from Mr. Natarajan. So, if you could just let us know about Sun.
Uh, well, Sun is a nearest star, and if anybody asks you what is sun, you should just say that it is nothing but a hot gaseous ball of fire. That's it. It's a nearest star. It is at the distance of 9 crore 30 lakh miles. 9 crore 30 lakh miles.
Okay. All
And
right, all right.
Sun rotates on its own axis at the speed of
Okay, that
27 days,
okay.
and at the same time, it revolves around the center of our Milky Way galaxy. And the
Exactly
one
what I was about
revolution
to
period
ask.
is uh, uh, about 10 lakh years.
Okay. All right, all right. And then, okay, I was about to ask you, like, how far is the sun from Earth, and how, does sun rotate and revolve on its own axis? So,
Yeah,
when we talk about sun, it's the light, right? Because sunlight is such an
yeah,
important factor.
yeah,
We might say one day the sun, if the sun doesn't come tomorrow morning, might be we would still continue our lovely sleep under the duvet. But what if the sun doesn't
yeah.
come? So the important factor over here is the light energy which we get from sun, and we can relate it to
Correct, correct.
photosynthesis and several things. So so probably if you
Yeah.
could just throw some light on how do we get light from our sun.
See, at the heart of the sun, the temperature is about 1 crore 40 lakh degrees centigrade. So, at the heart, at the core of the sun, every second, at least about 5 million tons or 50 million tons of hydrogen is getting converted to 500 million tons of helium. which means, dear children, in a simpler term, I I would say that every second, at least about at least about 555, 550 million hydrogen bombs are exploding within our sun. So, in order to give us light and life, sun is putting a lot of effort, and in a way, we must be indebted to our sun.
Definitely. Definitely. Somehow this, I feel like relating with the desire we also have. We keep burning quite a few thoughts within us. There are a lot of fuel that gets in, and that helps us to propel the thoughts ahead. And similarly, sun. So,
Yeah, correct, correct.
if you can just throw some light or you can explain the structure of sun. Yeah, we definitely see a spherical burning gaseous material in front
Yeah,
of our eyes or the star. But
yeah, yeah, yeah.
something more you can add on.
Sun is, yeah. See, sun is a yellow star, and it's a moderate star, and the surface temperature of our sun is at least about uh, um, uh, um, sun is at least about uh, 6,000 degrees centigrade. Can you hear me? Can you
We
hear
can.
me?
Yes. Yes.
Hello? Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yes, we can.
So,
Yes.
6,000 degrees centigrade. So, which means sun is a moderate star because there are so many stars which are bigger and brighter than our sun. So, sun is a moderate star, and the core of the sun, as I told you, is 1,40,000. The temperature is about 1,40,000 degrees centigrade. For this
Yes.
temperature, it travels through the heat. It travels through two zones. Above the core, there are two zones, which are known as the convection zone and the radiation zone. So when the heat passes through these two zones, uh, due to the extreme magnetic field in the convection zone, by the time it reaches the surface of the sun, the temperature comes down to 6,000 degrees centigrade. Now, if you want to know how big is the sun, dear children, the sun is about the diameter of our sun is about 13 lakhs 92,000 kilometers in compared to the diameter of our Earth, which is just 12,756 kilometers. That is, you can easily keep 109 Earths from one end to another end. So big is the sun. Yet, astronomers consider Sun to be a very moderate star because there are so many stars which are bigger and brighter than our Sun. So uh, now, yeah. So this is the interesting thing about our Sun. Yeah,
Okay. Um, I've heard about sunspots. So, what are these sunspots?
yeah. See, when I told you that Sun rotates on its own axis,
Yes.
the thing is nobody has seen the Sun rotating. Okay, nobody has seen the Sun rotating on its own axis. Uh, Now these sunspots, they are cooler regions of the sun. Sun, as I told you, is 6,000 degrees centigrade. So on the surface region, due to the extreme magnetic field, the temperature in some region it is 4,500 degrees. And the spots are formed, the cooler region, it becomes darker. They are the darker regions. Since the temperature is low, they are slightly darker. For these spots, they keep on shifting, which conclusively prove that sun rotates on its own axis. Now, uh, these spots, they have got cycles. They are into two groups, maximum and minimum. So maximum sunspots, they occur once in every 11 years. So once the sunspots, once they go beyond the limit, your mobile phones, they do not work properly. and there'll be communicational disturbances, so on and so forth.
Okay. So, if I'm gonna ask you a question, like, we hear a lot of stories. Any
Yeah.
story that is associated with sun that you remember?
Uh, I remember when I was a small boy, my grandfather would say that I used to ask my grandfather, why is the sun red? So my grandfather said Hanuman thought that the sun to be an apple because it was red, and he pounced on it to catch. And Lord Indra threw Vajra, and then that is why sun is red. That is the story. It's a myth.
Yes, most of us have heard about this story. Since
Yeah.
we're talking about sun over here, how about, letting us
Uh-huh.
know about the solar eclipse? There are a lot
Solar
of,
eclipse. See, it's a because eclipses have done a lot. Solar eclipse has revealed a lot about our sun. For instance, while studying about eclipse, only we came to know that sun has got helium. See, sun has got 80% of hydrogen, 10% of helium, and the rest of other
helium.
gas. So the presence of helium was noticed only during the time of solar eclipse. And
Okay.
during solar eclipse, the moon comes in between Earth and the sun. So the shadow of the moon falls on a part of the Earth. So people living in that shadow region can only witness the solar eclipse. So now, when the moon covers the disk of the sun, there is an outer layer of the sun known as corona. So when I say corona,
Yes.
don't confuse with COVID or something. It is a
Exactly.
butterfly-like structure. It's a thin layer of the sun. It is known as corona. It has got two shapes. One is of a butterfly shape, and another is of an oval shape. So once the
Oval shaped.
sunspots are more, then the
Okay.
magnetic field is high, so it takes the shape of a butterfly. When the sunspots are less, the magnetic field is low, so it takes the shape of an oval. So
Okay.
this is how the sun. Yeah.
All right.
So
So
now
I
in that
remember.
corona, the temperature is about 20 lakh degrees centigrade. So it is above the photosphere. So you might wonder why the temperature should be low. Once it is above the photosphere, the temperature should be low. But why is it high? This question should come in your mind. The reason is,
Okay.
see, corona is a very thin layer of the sun. So what happens if the electrons, once they escape at a very high velocity, what happens is the kinetic temperature is formed. So the temperature shoots up to 20 lakh degrees centigrade. It's like when you run, your body becomes extremely hot because of the blood
Yes.
circulation and other things. It becomes hot. The same thing happens in the sun also.
Okay, okay. So here's one question I wish to ask you. So you have been sharing quite a few experiences with us for the last 4 weeks, and
Uh-huh.
now here is one thing. So there is an opportunity that you get a ticket to travel to Sun, and
Uh-huh.
just an imagination,
Uh-huh.
uh, and
Mm-hmm.
you're going to be taking with you a cartoon or any character from the mythology to Sun.
Uh-huh.
Which character would you take?
Hmm. See, actually, in reality, going to the sun is out of bounds because it is a ball
Yes,
of fire.
yes.
Uh, so,
Just an imagination, like we've been
so
hearing
it is
about Hanuman stories.
fiction. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It's like
fiction.
taking Hanuman.
Yes. I mean, not
Yeah,
no such question over here. Why? We've been hearing about it, so we just spoke about Hanuman, but
yeah,
our intention is not about
yeah,
why it cannot be the truth. It
uh,
can be a truth. It cannot be a truth. That's something we've always left it for
yeah,
discussion
yeah,
outside this
yeah,
forum. Our forum is not about
yeah,
propagating one particular kind
yeah,
of or to
Yeah.
say no, this is wrong. Nothing on that side. This is something I wish to add
Yeah.
as a note
Yeah.
over here before we proceed. So you're
Yeah.
going to be taking one
Yeah.
character with you from mythology or from any of the favorite cartoon or any characters.
I'm. It's very difficult to say because I. Uh,
Agree.
it's very difficult to say because hypothetically it is. See, going to the sun, I haven't thought about it.
You haven't thought about it. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. So, something
Maybe
else,
I'll think
you think
about it
we
and tell you in the next interview.
definitely we
Maybe
would
I'll think
love to. We
about it
would
and
love
tell
to
you in the
know.
next interview.
Definitely, we would love to
Tell me.
know. We would love to know. Okay.
Yeah, tell me.
So you have been conducting a lot of these sessions. You've been going to
Uh,
schools and introducing children about so many facts via those telescope.
uh,
So, what was
yeah.
a curious question a child asked when you say, "Come, I will show you," or "I
Uh,
will talk to you about sun," or anything
mm,
for that matter on the sky?
mm. Beg your pardon? I didn't understand your question.
So when the children are introduced to telescope for
Uh,
the first time, and you speak to them about
uh-huh.
sun and all the planets or the stars or the comets on the sky, what is that curious element?
Uh,
What a child would ask you? What would be the first question? When they see the sun for the first time
um,
or
uh,
through their naked
they say when they see any planet, they would be thrilled and they will ask, uh, why is it not so big as we see in the school textbooks? That is the question.
Okay,
Because
okay,
they feel that once they see any object through the telescope, they feel that it should be so big. But in reality,
okay,
the photographs in the textbooks, either they are painted or they are taken through giant telescopes, the observatory.
okay,
So
okay.
that is one thing. And next question they ask is, I mean, can we see any other thing? Can we show the galaxies and all those things? These are the questions they ask me. What about comets?
Okay.
They ask me. So I
Okay.
tell them that once they appear, I will be in a position to show you. These are the things they ask me.
Okay. So, what are your next plans, sir? Like, you have any visits to the
Well,
schools,
after this
or how are you?
pandemic, I'm planning to conduct. After this pandemic, I'm planning to conduct the sessions. At least by October,
Okay.
November, people most hopefully many of them will get vaccinated and the situation may come down. So then I may conduct these programs if Mother Nature
Okay.
permits.
We just hope for the best and we wish it should happen soon. So,
Yeah, yeah,
lovely, as always, lovely connecting with you, sir. And it's our pleasure to, host you here in Mayaakatha where stories dance. So it's all
yeah.
about stories and the very purpose of having this connect where you've been talking to us about the astrophysics concept, sun, moon, stars, the eclipses. It's we
Yeah.
kind of as I'm rolling back to the earlier one which I said in the beginning of our connect. We connect when sometimes few concepts are taught in a story way, and I'm sure our viewers
Uh,
are able to connect with what you are sharing. And thank you so much,
okay.
sir. And we will connect back again with yet another guest and lots
Okay.
of stories for all of
Thank
you,
you.
dear viewers. As always, thanks for your support. And before ending this connect, yes, we are, starting our Maya Katha Fest. It's going to
Uh,
be between the 1st of April and the 5th of April. And stay tuned. We will
uh,
be sharing the posters and the updates soon.
yeah.
Until then, thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Bye. Have a nice day. Thank you, children.
Thank you.